morning, this is Nicole, talking from BarbellBombshell.com. This is Dr. Moses Bernard of Spectra Wellness. And we linked up quite a while ago on Facebook through social media, just getting into conversations about mobility and strength and just becoming a better functioning human. So we brought Dr. Bernard in a couple weeks ago for a workshop that focused on breathing, bracing, and just moving better in general. And the topic came up about mobility. And I think a lot of people have a misunderstanding of what mobility versus flexibility is and what that means to us and getting in better positions. So if you just kind of want to address mobility as a whole, what does that mean to you?
Well, mobility is not just having the appropriate range of motion for your joint, but it's actually having control over that range of motion. It really doesn't matter if I have flexibility that I can't use. That actually ends up being useless. That actually puts me at a higher risk of injury.
Okay.
So what we want to do, if we find that there's a place where we don't have full control or a full range of motion, we want to add the range of motion, but also add control through that range.
Right. So being flexible and being able to get into a certain position, let's say I can put my foot behind my head, that doesn't mean that's necessarily useful if I don't have control of that end range.
Absolutely. So if I put you on your back, we can put you into a full split.
Right.
Well, you better be able to do that exact same thing standing up. If you can't, that means there's a deficit between the range of motion your body has and the range of motion your body can control. That means you're at risk of injury.
Okay, all right. So how do we test for something like that?
Well, there's a couple different ways to test for that, and there's a couple different ways to just kind of make sure that everything is working nicely. So one of the ones that we're going to use, and one of the things that we talked about at the seminar, was controlled articular rotations. Or CARS is an acronym for this. This is from the Functional Range Conditioning Mobility System. And what this is just putting all of your joints through a full range of motion on a day-to-day basis. If we look at the shoulder joint, so Nicole's got a shoulder here, we've got the arm right here that plugs into the shoulder blade. We've got all these muscles around that joint that hold it in place. And they all need to be doing their job properly for that arm to do what it's supposed to. So if I'm catching weight up here, or I'm doing a push-up, whatever it happens to be, every single muscle through that entire range of motion of that shoulder has to be able to do what it's supposed to. So if in my training program I'm only ever doing stuff this way, doing stuff overhead, my shoulder never really gets back in through here, well, I've lost the ability to use some of the stabilizers back here, my shoulder's lost some control. So what we want to do is just take our shoulder through a full range of motion, just kind of see how it's feeling, see how it's working.
Okay, all right. So with that example, we spend a lot of time talking about the shoulders. We spend a lot of time here, 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 and then all of a sudden we go to catch something behind us, and that's when, oh my God, my shoulder got
Exactly. I'm walking my dog, and it runs this way, and all of a sudden dislocate my shoulder. I slip on something, need to catch myself back here, an injury happens. And we want to prepare ourselves from, hey, life gets a little crazy, we want to make sure that we're able to handle it.
So not only should you be able to reach behind, but have control and have end range strength in that position.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we will do basically a series on CARS related to different joints of the body, what to do for them, how to kind of screen for them, and then to improve that end range strength through contractions like we kind of discussed. All right, see you guys later.